Yeah, what's up? This is Terrthom Toys once again. I know it's been a while, so basically I'm back on YouTube as officially as of today. So I'll be dropping content on here, most likely just having just basically a dialogue with you about what's going on with Terrthom Toys itself. And let's get down to it real quick. Doggone, I have two main titles that's going to be like separate books. They're each going to be separate books. And then I got a whole bunch of small titles that's going to be in one book. Core Dreaming, that's going to be basically what's going on with that. Um, for the first part, they're full color. They're all the stuff is full color. And then I have another debut. The main debut is Licorice Howitzer. Um, I have a whole bunch of pages for it. It's just hard finding an artist to stick with it. A lot of things that these guys are doing are they have life happening going on. They have life. They're about my age. They're younger than me. They're much younger than me. So a lot of life is happening with them. Like the artist for Liquid Howitzer, she just had her baby, and she can still do artwork. She just have to be given more time to do it. So I'm just gonna give her more time. Liquid Howitzer is probably gonna debut in Core Dreaming anyway. Not Core Dreaming. Not core. Is it core dreaming? Is it core dreaming? That's a big question. But just like the compilation book, core dreaming is probably what I may call it. If I said something earlier, that's cool. Whatever. But yeah, so that's I think 4 or 5 books. I'm gonna have 4 or 5 books, and I'm gonna release probably one a month or one every 2 or 3 weeks, something like that. And since everything is about to start to finish, now I have to basically get the covers. I have to get the covers together and all of the text and stuff like that because I'll be doing all of that stuff. And as far as the toys, the comic books, um, everything is pretty much trademark. I have one more round of things to do as far as trademark and copyright, all that stuff. You know, because it's a very simple process now to submit stuff. It goes a little bit quicker, but by the time everything is locked down, that I get a response back or whatever, uh, that then everything will be ready to go. That step is moving now. So I'm gonna be posting stuff only to have a basically a soft copyright on it. It'll be content on my page. So I'll be just doing what I'm doing weekly or bi-weekly. I'll be just releasing a page. I'll just release a page and tell a little bit about what's going on in the studio right now. So that's pretty much how I planned it. When I had like enough credible content, which I have well over 100 pages now between all of the titles. When I got to somewhere like that, and I got the one title that I wanted to start on, that's been started. I got a toy. I have a figure, and I just have to figure out. All I'm doing is picking sizes, how I'm going to do it. Is it going to be a comic with a little figure? Is the figure going to be separate? I'm doing test painting, taking the prototype and just testing paint right now. As far as I'm just going to figure out how I'm going to leave. I think it's just going to be a bonus with the figure itself. I think it's just going to be a bonus. Like you had a book, and you have the book is going to be a bonus for the figure. Once I figure out the size. I know I've been gone for a minute, but I've really been in the lab and really getting very real about this as far as the money and the paperwork and investing, putting in the money as far as what's necessary. Uh, it's probably about like 50 to 100 per page. So if I'm doing full color, if it's black and white, depending on like what style. Because if you pick like a manga style that's like black and white with all the screen tones and stuff, or screen tone brushes, that it'll basically count as the color. And I'm just basically just putting that money up. And the artist I'm working for, uh, the artist that's doing doggone crawl space nights, he has a crazy ridiculous rate right now, and I'm just trying to get as much done as possible. I'm like right in the middle of the middle book. We're right in the middle of the final fight in the what's the name book, and it's gonna be another character introduction. So I'm like right now planning stages as far as all the advertisement artwork. So I'm focused on getting the book done, but in the back of my mind is like all the advertisement stuff. Once you start seeing that stuff, that means books are done. Like books are done. That the as far as the principal artwork are done. If you start seeing like literally advertisements, when you're seeing page previews, what you're seeing is the book is still being produced. That means most of it is done. Or I just revealed the one of the main characters, just a little. It's just a little snippet, a little animated kind of gif of a page, just to give you a look at what's in the book. And I'm trying to figure out like if they're gonna be separate, basically separate books, or they're gonna be all one, or either one compilation book or separate books. It all depends. I'm coming up on my deadline anyway, so we'll see. Um, where we're trying to release. I I preferably would like to wait until next year, but don't be surprised if something get done early. I don't really want to have people waiting. And the definitive thing here is to get a good advertising campaign so I can sell whatever stock I can. You'll be able to get it in PDF. You'll be able to get the PDF. You can always get the PDF, or you can get an actual physical book. As in, the PDF will be pretty good price, and the actual book, I haven't really thought about it. It's between, depending on how big the book is, I might combine the two stories and just have one book, one compilation book, or one big compilation book all together. It all depends. I'm thinking like probably like like $7 maybe for the separate issues, and maybe something like for the big compilation, I say 10 or 15 at best. I'm going to have to look at the market and put my artwork up against these guys. I'm still trying to get a hold of some other artists that I want to definitely work in one of the main bigger titles. It's hard locking him down. He has the best artwork, but it's hard locking him down. And I think I'm just gonna start paying him more just to guarantee that the book get done. I put a lot of doggone money, and unfortunately, I had some family members mad at me because I ain't trying to spend no dough right now. I'm not really trying to spend no dough. I'm really in the state of mind of business to have a working budget. That's one. And two, I just can't flippantly spend money like I used to. Right now, it's we're at a point where it's so much work done. It's so much work done, and I have so many pages done, and even starting the book. I actually started the book. Got to start the book. I think it's 2 or 3 pages in. That was supposed to be way off in the distance, and I actually started that book. Um, so prepare for it to be. It could be possibly be a compilation. The 2 books that are the longest. I'm stretching the stories out so long. I think I might have 40 page books by the end of it. That's why I would prefer to wait to the end of the year with full, thick books and content, and make sure that the main draw for all of my characters, make sure that main draw um, have a significant book, and I would like to take time on that book, which is doggone what is it? Licorice Howitzer. The basically, you see Licorice Howitzer. If you go to my page right now, Terrthom Toys on Instagram, you can actually see a little preview right now of what I'm working with right now. And that's just one of the artists. I have like I think it's 4 artists, 3 or 4 artists, and that's like getting them when they're able to work. It's not, luckily it's not even a money issue. It's just getting them when they're able to work, and when they're able to lay work down, and just kind of, they're super reliable, so I'm not waiting that long. But it does take months to put basically 4 or 5 books together and fill it with whatever content I got. And it could be a big compilation book. It could be separate titles. We gonna see. As far as the PDFs and stuff like that, it's gonna be separate titles, and then offer everything in like one package, one deal, a big discount package. And then getting all the art. And the main thing is just getting all the artwork done for uh, basically the wherever it's going to be posted, whatever store it's going to be in. It's just going to be in one little, one of the regular little web stores. And I really want to get some more high powered artwork, more chibi stuff. The stuff I have right now is more shonen. It's more shonen. It's more action and mecha and fighting and martial arts and cyborgs and all that stuff. And Liquid Howitzer is the first shonen, so it's gonna be real. It's gonna be super. I'm going way deep. I got so many pages, way deep before just making it look overall cute. And I want to have something with it, maybe a keychain or a poster from one of the cuter, like a chibi image. Even the figure that I designed is a chibi. I'm still working on it, but it's done. The figure is done. It's just some things I want to adjust a bit. I want to adjust some things a bit, and seeing what I'm gonna go with. I have a really super detailed one, and then I have one that's like simplified. It's like the same doll. It's like the same figure, and yeah, just figuring all this stuff out, all the moving parts is a big deal. So I'm just I'm just sticking to the grind, y'all. I'm still out here grinding, trying to make this right and correct. I gotta do all the advertisement artwork, and because Liquid Howitzer is not only she's the Super Mario of, because so many people like the character. She's literally the Super Mario of my stuff. So you have like a shoujo book, you got a big shonen book, and you got shonen artwork, and you got shoujo artwork. So I'm leaning on the shoujo artwork right now. It got to be like sickeningly cute, like super duper cute. Like that's all I'm on is cute, 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 cute. Um, as far as Liquid Howitzer, with a lot of a lot of my usual action that I have in books. But I think that's all for now. I think I've said enough, and I think y'all get a pretty good idea of like what's going on with what I've been doing, where I've been, and why I haven't been on YouTube. But that's all right. So I'm gonna holler back, y'all.